Any woman that be claiming they're aggressive, they be like, "Oh, I need a man to control this aggression." You know what I mean? So
I need somebody who can handle me. Like, how many times you heard that on the show? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I want a teammate. I want communication. I want to know exactly how you're feeling at all times, and I want you to know exactly how I'm feeling at all times. And I feel like with that right there, we'll be perfectly fine. Like.
You can't express that if they asking you about yourself and you say, I like doing what you like doing. You get what I'm saying? You got to be able to communicate
what do you like?
better
I
than
think
that.
that's submission.
I like what you like.
No, it's not me going to do exactly what it is that you want to do. It's me wanting to know,
My
like
point
I
is,
said, what you want.
No, I hear
submissiveness. Like, is that not what it's called exactly? It's not doing what somebody wants you to do. It's being submissive.
I think submissive is like, you just submissive. Like, everything is just for that person. Like, it's no, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. No,
I think
not
necessarily.
No,
that's not what submission is.
I think it's all for you. Like, everything is just
submission is just basically willing to compromise for the better of the relationship.
Be able to follow a man's leadership. Like, you know what I mean?
Compromising?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Dailyrapupcrew. No book up, I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. You know I'm valid when it comes to bars. I got another one like Khaled. You heard?
Okay. Last but not least, we got Jeuu.
What it do? It's your boy Jeuu. Did he drop that album? So I'm on that love, peace, and happiness. Period. All 2023. Came about that sassiness. You know what I'm saying?
He's about that sassiness. Anyway, we got some special guests in the building. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at.
Hi guys, it's your girl Anna Sufaya. Flyers join on the Ave. You can follow me on Instagram at Akiana Edwards Original.
Which camera?
Just talk.
Okay. I'm Ashani. You can follow my nail page at Butterfly Nails and my personal A.SHAUNAAA.
Okay, I'm Muffy. That's it.
That's it. No Instagram, no business, no.
I'm not really into social
OnlyFans,
media like
no
that.
Nothing. Like,
no,
okay.
I'd rather meet people like this and do business like this.
I respect it. Like, I'm kind of the same way. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, man, before we get into these topics, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already subscribed.
All that.
Get them. I ain't got the merch on, but
what you got on there, sir?
Listen,
what's that?
Listen,
what's that, bro?
I didn't notice the shirt.
Wow.
Free Tory, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
He got it tatted too. You don't even know that. So you know it's real.
Listen, man, join the membership, man. Helps us out a lot. We got a lot of exclusive perks over there, a lot of exclusive interviews. I get the episodes early. It's a lot of perks over there. Make sure y'all join that. Join the Patreon as well. We need all the support. Listen to the podcast audio because they've been going crazy. Advertisers been going crazy about the audio numbers. We need the audio numbers up. So every Tuesday mornings, we drop the podcast audio. Make sure y'all listen to that as well. This first topic I want to get into, right, is what ethnic group of men do you think receives the most slander and hate when it comes to the dating scene?
I think it's two.
It's two?
Yeah, black men and, let's say, Chinese and Asian.
Okay, explain that one, Mark.
I would say Chinese and Asian because, like, a lot of people think Chinese and Asian people have small penises.
That's the first thing.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like, I don't want to see him.
So what you trying to say that is not true?
How would you know if you never been with one?
I mean, that's what you're saying?
Do we know what every Asian person penis look like? That's a stereotype.
No.
So you'll see, some girls see an Asian person and be like, oh no, I don't want him.
Would that deter you from, like, would you date an Asian man?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
Would
I think they're pretty cool.
Would y'all?
Swaggy.
Would I date an Asian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Any
guess
ethnic. It really wouldn't matter to me.
Guess he ain't deterring nobody.
So what about you? You ain't answer that.
I'm not gonna hold you. I love like black men. I like black people, period. But we could be cool, like for sure. But I mean, I haven't been in a situation where an Asian guy just like made me want to really Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So would
What
you
is-
date outside your race?
I want to say no as of right now. I mean,
Okay.
if I come across a situation that like it feels right and it makes me want to, then of course I'm not gonna fight myself on it. But
Right.
I tell
I
you
just
what,
haven't.
Yeah, we're not
yeah.
really approached like that though, from all different races. We're not.
Yeah.
black
So,
men date every race.
We would, but
Every race.
it's not. We haven't been approached. Like that's how I feel.
No,
So when it comes to dating outside, black women love to approach other ethnic non-black men. Like they go up to them, shoot they shot. Like
That's
when
our
it comes to
confidence.
they do.
Yeah, black women love shoot they shot at non-black men. Like it's just black men. They don't feel like we worthy enough for them to shoot they shot. Like you know what I mean?
You feel like,
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like
wow.
okay. Well,
Hey.
let's not talk about all black women because I don't feel like that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the
I
ones
feel
that's
like
here.
we're gonna talk about people like their personality. So if you that type of person where you would do that to one ethnicity, I feel like you would do that to all of them because that's just who you are as a person. But if you're a shy person like me, I don't see myself doing that to a black man or a white man or an Asian man or any other type of man.
I don't think black women necessarily think like they can't go up to black men. I think it's more like if you go up to a black man, like you don't want them to be like,
You thirsty?
like what? Like why you?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't want you. Pride. A lot of black men have a lot of pride.
Have y'all ever attempted that? Because I don't know where y'all get this information
I
from.
feel
where y'all get this
I'm not gonna lie.
from?
Like I have.
You
tried to
to
attempt like, hey, like
And he
come
looked
over,
at you
and he
like-
just was like
You sure he was into
like very
real?
standoffish, and it's like, what you doing? All that
Maybe he
for?
wasn't in the woman.
Word, the way you if
No,
he was
he
doing
was.
that,
I'm
if he
pretty
was doing
sure
that,
he was into women.
how you know that?
Because
Come
like
on.
You found
Come
him attractive.
on.
Okay, I feel
know.
like because to answer your question with do we try that, I feel like I do that non-verbally. Like I could look at you and that would be me shooting my shot, and you know. that. No,
yeah,
seriously.
Girl, what you
I'm not
doing?
gonna cap. I haven't shot in my shot before.
Yo. What
No.
women think?
yeah, a
What
lot of
women
them
think is
I'm
shooting they shot?
Maybe matter of fact, I'm lying. Salsa con Fuego is in the Bronx.
Mm.
I went there to go meet up with another female, and as I was there, I seen a guy that was like really like staring me down,
Mm.
like looking at me as if he was like interested.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what?
He was black?
I have a little thing. Like,
He was black.
yes, he was.
Okay.
And I was like, you want to be my boyfriend for tonight? And he said yes. Like, you know, we in the club.
That's
you know,
that's how you shoot your shot.
Yeah,
I do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you consider that shooting your shot, then okay, I would do something like that. I see that you're looking at me, I'm looking at you. Mind you, I'm not really into men like that. But I would still give it a try.
But
I still
that might be the reason why you're
try.
comfortable with doing it, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if I remember when
So-
you see somebody, the first thing is off of appearance. So you see me, I see you. I don't really know your personality. You don't know mine's.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm liking what I see, you liking what you see. Okay. If I feel like sometimes I've heard before I'm not approachable. I don't look approachable all the time. I give aggression sometimes. Okay, so I'll make that first step. And then that night kind of went cool. Did we continue to speak? Of course not.
Maybe it's the age group. Like,
Yeah, you ever see that
depending on the guy.
meme? There's a meme, right? And it's black women. It's a group of black women on top and a group of black women on the bottom. And the meme says when black women see black men and all of them is frowning and they have that resting, quote unquote, resting bitch face. And then the top says when they see white men and they all smiling and looking friendly and approachable. You know, I think that's how, I'm not saying we're all black women, but I
That's
think that's how
cap.
some black men even view black women to a certain extent. They feel like they come off unapproachable. They just look like they don't want to be approached. So we just respectfully like, you good. You know what I mean? But if it was a non-black person, now your vibe is a little bit different. Like, you know what I mean? Now you're much more friendlier. Like, you know,
I think it comes with trauma too. Maybe.
probably.
Like you so used to like messed up black people that when you see a white person, it's like, okay, well, I can vibe with you. Hey.
And what you heard, that stereotype.
I've never like talked to a white person before, so let's see. But a black man's like, I messed with you before. I don't know.
Sometimes too, like to add on to what you're saying, like with the trauma, sometimes too, like, because I have this conversation with my brother, it could just be out of like fear. And like sometimes like with your experiences in life with like black men, like as a black woman, like you encounter certain situations where like you don't feel safe. And it's happened to me like personally, and not like in a romantic way, and some in a romantic way. So it's just like maybe to like fight off that, you kind of like put that front up, but and maybe that's why you won't do it with like another ethnicity, because you haven't experienced it from them. But for like me personally, like if I'm in a room with, you know, Caucasian men or whatever, I may not look so mean, but also like, I mean, I don't feel like I look mean regardless, but I feel like it's also like a tone of like, okay, like what's going on? Because being around like Black men, that's regular. Like I have brothers, uncles, my dad, da da da. So it's pretty much like by default. So whenever I am around like a different ethnicity of men, it's like, okay, like are we doing business? Like, you get what I'm saying? And then I kind of alter to that. Like, am I corporate Kiana, or you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be where the shift comes from for me, as far as like body language and just like how I show up.
That's disappointing though, to hear like our woman feel more comfortable being in the same place, feel more comfortable being around a different group of men rather than a Black man.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how that could be our truth, when like I believe, I don't know the exact percentage, but I do believe that they have more trafficking going on in there, or you know,
No, for sure.
like stuff like that. Like you are more likely to be in danger around them than us.
But see, how many videos have you seen where like it's literally Black men saying to Black girls like, oh, F you, because they don't want to stop and give them their number or say hi, or beating them down, or like domestic like violent cases. You get what I'm saying? That don't be from like
So what
a girl
about-
getting beat up from a white man.
Right.
It would normally be a bigger Black guy, or the guy on the block that's always being hella aggressive, or some crazy stalking.
It's not only with Black men. I think other race people be.
It's men, period.
No,
I
but
feel
I'm saying
like
more so like to Black
That's
women.
because they control the media though. Like, so they gonna show what they want to show, which is us being negative and them being positive.
Well,
so.
on your personal experience, would you say when a man approaches you, is it more or less in your personal lives? Has it been more aggressive, or has it been more just, you know, trying to get to know you, and that was it? Like,
He's trying to get to know me.
I feel like it starts off like that, but it's also like a fear of, what if I don't get to know you? I don't know how you're going to react. It's not even just more so like the intentions, because that don't even matter. It's just about my intentions and how you're going to react to me revealing those. Like if I'm okay, like I'm good.
I think
how
it's
many
the way
girls
you say
lie
it.
about
you
saying...
talk about you talking about hypothetical. In your personal experience of men that came up to you in your past, have they been aggressive, or have they been just casual trying to get to know you?
Some. I have had some aggressive like experiences.
That's valid.
Yeah.
What about you?
Ever had
mine isn't aggressive. It's more so they want to get to know me, and then from getting to know me, it's the controlling part. And men as a whole group, don't matter what race, it's how they fantasize about you, how they want to have you, what they want to do to you, how they want to have you, what they want you doing for, you know, whether it's trophy, what you look like. I don't know. It's that's how it feels to me.
you can find that in a woman too.
Yeah.
Women are, I mean,
I date both.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I've seen AGs be very aggressive. Ain't that? That's why that's a part of their name.
And statistically, domestic violence happens more at a higher percentage in same-sex relationships. Like, but we don't talk about that as a side. We rather put the blame. Oh, men are the ones that's being demonstrative and abusive and killing us every 5 seconds, which is incorrect. You know, I know people like to run with that narrative, but that information is incorrect. But again, like they said, if you look up the numbers, it happens this at a higher rate in same-sex relationships, but we don't tend to talk about it.
Only because, let's say, like me, for instance, that date both sexes with a female. Unfortunately, we should walk away, but you feel like it's another female. We could square up. I can't beat no guy.
Sure, I be feeling like that with men. Like,
so that's where that comes from. Honestly, it's more so of you did something that's upsetting me. I'm reacting like this. They were like, you know, things happen, and it's like, yeah, you don't have so much to fear for. But from a guy who could start tearing up my house, start being the aggression that start making everybody in the house feel a certain type of way. I'm talking about from my personal experiences. It's crazy to me. I've never gotten that from a female where they make the whole entire house, from my kids, from my family members, anybody that's within the household, feel like, oh no, we don't know what's about to happen next, you know, or how far this can go, or he could take my whole life from me. You know what I'm saying? All off of his ego. It's that. Overall, like you said, same sex. You feeling like, nah, I could defend myself. I don't have to be scared. Like, you put your hands on me, we can fight. Yeah, you can't
sure. 9 times out of 10, and I'm
it's
not just
bad on both sides.
Right. A lot of women initiate the physical
because the emotion is way more emotions.
Yes,
like,
that's why. Yeah.
But what I want to also say, like,
justifying that shit.
I said it's bad. It's bad either way. But when you're reacting,
it's a good percentage of men that walk away after getting tested. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think, I believe so. We look at the percentage of women that's getting abused, but I would want to say that every man I know, ain't nobody beating a woman ass. I never physically got aggressive with any woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I've been with my girl for a while, and she swear I mushed her one time, like, off of me from, like, trying to attack me. And she swear I beat her ass. You get what I'm saying? So
I feel like, to go back to what you were saying about how, like, it seems like women are putting the blame on the guys. I feel like what I was saying was just a response to, like, the question, which was, why do we act that way, opposed to, like, other races? And it's really just a cause and effect, and mostly motivated by fear. And so even with men, like, how many times where, like, even to go back to what you were saying about how, like, sometimes, guys, the intentions be to have you however they want you and whatever. It's the same thing with guys. So, like, sometimes a girl wants you to be X, Y, and Z, and that's not what you're trying to be on, but you do things to, like, out of fear of how her reaction may be. So you might lie, or you might leave them on and live a double life, or X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, like, for instance, like, when you have there's a black girl, okay, so let's say you was talking about how the girls are violent as well too, right? So a lot of black girls too, right? Would that make you more so?
Can we say women instead of black girls? Because white, all women are.
Okay, women. But I was going to, like, the race thing because we was talking about, like, difference or whatever. So what is the likeliness of you gravitating more towards, or feeling less fearful towards, like, another ethnicity outside of, like, a black woman, like a Spanish girl or a white girl?
Well, I personally, I can't really answer that, but I can speak on my experiences. I love black women, and I only see myself with black women. But if I am being honest, when I have talking to women outside of my race, just even having a conversation and at a club, there's the energy is much more different. You know what I mean? Compared to years of me trying to have regular conversations with, a black woman, and either getting that, that type of energy, like, yo, don't talk to me, or, that resting bitch face, and just off the rip because of past traumas, or just, a lot of women are just living through bad experiences through other women. So now they haven't personally experienced it, but since they're on social media so much, or since other women have said it so much, now they are looking at black men a certain way. Oh man, I'm fearful of my life now because I've heard other women have these horror stories. So now I view black men a certain way. So that automatically rubs off onto most black men that you meet, whether their intentions are good or bad. So, what I can say is, for sure, the energy from non-black women has been much more of a positive experience. You know what I mean? I haven't got in a bad experience with that, but I can speak on my experiences with black women. There's a lot of experiences where I'm like, damn, it wasn't even that serious. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, hey, how you doing? You look beautiful. And I just got hit with a whole bunch of, yo, fuck out of my face, da 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? And stuff like that can be traumatizing to other black men, because this is what we have to deal with on a regular basis. And then, when they do decide to step outside their race, not trying to justify, but, just like you had your experiences, is how women have their experiences, men also have their experiences. So that's
right.
What I would
and
say.
So ultimately it boils down to the energies that make you feel safer, or make you feel less, like, toxic. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not like a gender thing. It's just about a person thing too. Because even if you have two guy friends, you get what I'm saying, and one of them is usually more aggressive and usually more X, Y, and Z, and the other one isn't, when you don't feel like that's what the type of energy you want to be around, you're going to gravitate towards the other one. So it's not really a race thing. It's mostly, I feel like it's the same thing, because either if it's like a men against women, or women not against, but like seeking a man.
Nah, you talking about two friends that you know and you hang out with all the time versus you judging a group of people based on your few experiences, though. Well, like your question, if I did have bad experiences, like I grew up in the community dating Black women, and just because I had bad experiences with them don't mean that I'm gonna expect a bad experience with the next Black woman that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give everybody that grace and to come in and make their own mistakes rather than prejudging them.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off, but I have this saying, not every experience is worth experiencing.
I don't believe in that. Every experience is either a blessing or a lesson.
Every experience is worth experiencing.
A blessing or a lesson. You learn something from it. Or it was either a good experience or you learn something from it.
Some people get caught in those experiences, though, where they don't come from out of it. And it's like God is sending you a sign like, yeah, this person was only meant for you to... You was feeling lonely at the moment. I'm going to send you this person to get you up and out the house to go, have some fun. And that's all that they were supposed to be.
That wasn't God. That could have been the devil. What you talking about?
Yeah, well, you know what?
She making it sound like it's the devil.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
you wasn't supposed to continue on talking to that person. You continue on talking to them. That's that every experience isn't worth experiencing.
No, that's
because you could have...
I'm going to keep coming back to you until you learn. Like, all right. You're not gonna walk away? All right, I'm gonna keep...
Yeah, you're gonna learn
I'm gonna keep coming back to you walk away.
Yeah.
You wanna be hard-headed?
I don't know.
You believe everything happened for a reason?
I don't want to keep going through the same thing over and over again. And once I could go through something one time, that second time, that third, I don't want it to be a third.
So what you just going to...
So you learn.
It's not... Yes, you're learning,
uh-huh.
but not every... You don't have to put yourself in every... situation to go through something, because it can be horrible. You can get a horrible outcome to something that changes you for life that you can't come back from. That's what I mean when I say not every experience is worth experiencing, because if you can, that's like having faith in somebody and you having hope within somebody, but they don't have that hope within themselves. You gotta let something just go through it and then just let it be. Just that.
Are you prejudging them before you even know that? Because it sounds like you're not even...
I think I'm too free-spirited. I'm at a point right now where it's like, I don't have that time no more.
For what?
All of those chances that I hear you say to give someone,
that's you growing.
I grew from it, but it also changed me. It also changed me from that free, nice, high-spirited person that I keep hearing that I have a lot of aggression. It's only a wall up. I'm tired of going through certain things I don't want to go through anymore. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm listening to you.
But imagine if everybody had that mindset you had. Then nobody would fuck with nobody.
No,
you sound like
you
would cut off a whole group of people because you had negative experiences. So imagine if everybody else had that same mindset, then we just be not talking to nobody at this point.
How many negative experiences do you really want to have before you've learned from them?
Nobody wants them, but it's part of life.
But you can't base your negative experiences on a group of people.
I think
you gotta base it on the type of people.
And I'm speaking on this because it's really difficult for me dating guys.
What you gotta understand,
but it's a lot. I'm open? I'm open to it.
It's in your mind.
Come on, sister.
Like, you may think like, I'm aggressive in it, but I don't see like you aggressive every day.
You don't
like,
think
you
that,
know
but
how
I'm
to
talking about the guys that I'm dating. You just swung me one, and it gives. And I'm being told by him, like, you're aggressive, you're this, you're that. I'm super open.
I think that's just him. You just felt like you could not be submissive.
It's their ego.
If enough people are saying it, then maybe you should look in the mirror and be like, you know what?
She's not giving you the same person that she's giving them, though.
Exactly.
So you can't say that.
It's even softer, though.
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
It's another topic that we're going to get to. And we're going to get into it so we can be able to tell.
Everybody telling you're aggressive. But
not everybody. But when you have boundaries as a Black woman, like you said, other, races, ethnicities, they're going to... When you meet somebody, you're not fully yourself. When you like that person, you want to be for that person. You do. That first thing that you do, that you are, is submissive. I like you. What do you like? I want to do what you like. Well, I know that's how I am. What do you like? I want to do what you like. I want to do what pleases you, etc. And when they can't full-blown control everything entirely, that's where I get, you super aggressive.
It's
time for me to go.
I'm confused. You like to do what they like, but...
Yes, I do.
So,
I mean, like, if I like someone, then yes.
If you like doing what they like and they like controlling you, then you don't like what they like.
Okay, not entirely, not
Well, then,
everything that they
I
like.
think it depends on like
what do you like to go out and do?
No, but see, that's
what do you like to do?
This
Enjoy
is a
your
lot.
time.
This
And what makes
is
you
a
happy?
problem. This is a problem with women assuming that we're gonna read between your lines. If you telling a man you like whatever he likes and that's his nature,
No communication. I ask you. I
You
didn't
ask
say
him-
automatically I'm gonna like what you like.
Also-
I'm asking you, what do you like?
Also, I
what
see
do
a
you
problem.
want? What are you looking for?
You picking the same type of people. That's
You
it.
think so?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, through
Same
the
type of people.
experiences, you should probably
Yeah,
just
maybe you
try to
attract a
like.
certain type of man, and
Yeah.
that man is
It sound controlling. Like,
sound
yeah, like
controlling.
and it sound
or he
yeah.
is bringing out that aggressive side of you because of how he is. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think
So
I'm not here to say what you are, what you ain't. Like, you know what
No,
I mean?
I'm here.
But
I'm here to speak, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Like,
yeah,
what's
I
the-
just think that, you know, if you have heard it enough, just for anybody, if anybody has heard something enough, then
Yeah.
I think you should reevaluate yourself and see what am I. Maybe there's something triggering you about these said individual that is making you aggressive. You don't even realize it because a lot of people be like, "Yo, I don't realize, like, I'm not aggressive," and then they be super aggressive. Like, you know
What
what
if
I'm
that's
saying?
just your
Like,
personality?
and Eli takes accountability now, but before we used to say to him like, "Yo,
He
your
take
tone-"
accountability now.
He does. He does say, "Yo, my tone could have been fucked up."
But then there be situations
But-
like,
but-
oh, I
but-
didn't even say that.
Okay, look, but before it was
Yeah,
worse. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
true,
get what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
So like,
It's a little
all right,
progressive.
but
It's a little
that's fair. So
Yeah.
if enough people say, then it's you know what? Maybe I do need to work on X, Y, and Z.
and I would say he did.
I'm open to that, and I'm okay with that.
Mm.
But
Do
what
you
I'm
guys-
saying
do
is
you
you
feel
can't-
aggression?
Huh?
Do you feel
It's a
aggression from
different.
me right here?
You're not talking to
Yeah,
us.
we're not
we
in
ain't
the same-
come
in
and
the
try
same
to
state.
holler at you.
Yeah.
So like
It's
we're not
different.
getting what you would give
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
This
But
is
you
me.
can't base it on race. Like it's the type of people that you're attracting. So maybe
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
no.
go for a different type of people. Like,
So do you think you are what you attract?
I was just about to ask you, do you
are
feel
you
like
all what you attract?
controlling?
I
Yeah,
think
like
you
if I'm
I
attracting
think the
a
energy that you
Am
put
I
out is what you
controlling?
get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can be.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can be to a certain extent. I know what I want. And
I
I
feel
also
like-
I know my flaws as well.
And
so-
any woman that be claiming they're aggressive, they be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I need a man to control this aggression." You know what I mean? So
I need
No.
somebody who can handle
Handle
me.
me.
Like, how many times we all heard that
I
on the
don't
show?
want
Like, you know what I'm
nobody
saying?
handled.
I
Like,
don't want
I want a
nobody.
teammate. I want communication. I want to know exactly how you're feeling at all times. And I want you to know exactly how I'm feeling at all times. And I feel like with that right there, we'll be perfectly fine. Like,
You can't express that if they asking you about yourself and you say, "I like doing what you like doing." That's you get what I'm saying. You got to be able to communicate
like?
better
I
than
think
that.
that's
do you like?
submission.
I like what you like.
That's no, it's not me going to do exactly what it is that you want to do. It's me wanting to know,
My
like
point
I
is,
said, what you want.
No, I hear you.
Submissiveness. Like, is that not what it's called exactly? It's not doing what somebody wants you to do. It's
But that
being
does-
submissive
I think
to a
submissive is like
partner.
you just submissive. Like everything is just for that person. Like it's no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. No. it's
I
just-
think
Not-
it's, I think
not
that's
necessarily.
Yeah.
No.
That's not
I
what
think that's
submission
what-
is.
I
Yes,
think
it
it's
is.
all for
To a
you.
certain
Like
extent.
everything is just.
Submission is
You.
just basically willing to compromise
and-
for the
and-
better of the
and be able
relationship.
to follow
like,
a man's leadership.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Submissive
mean?
is
Yeah.
compromising.
yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, coming from a guy. How we
What?
take submissive and how they take submissive.
What women think is submission
Yeah, he
and
thinks
what
borderline
submission
slavery.
actually
Oh,
is.
they don't take me like get on my knees.
But I
and
wanna know.
Everything is for you. That's what it means to me. Submission.
get
But
on the knees.
compromising.
Compromise.
I'm being submissive to you, and we gotta compromise.
But it's low key the same
No.
thing because
Yeah,
you're
that's the
saying
same
that
thing,
it's
right?
like getting on knees and saying everything's for you because it's like saying forget what you may want, but in the same sense, it's like you want what they want. Which
Yeah,
is,
but-
ties back to what she was saying.
Exactly.
I don't got no
Submissive
say.
to
Yeah.
females
It's
is more
No.
so.
Yeah,
You
that's
said
what
y'all
I'm saying.
don't
To
want
me.
What is submissive from a guy? What is that definition to you guys? Like, how does that?
Submission. Exactly what I said. Being able to compromise
You sure?
with your partner.
Compromising. Because if you want me to be, and I'd be
No,
like, nah, I don't want
let's
to do
hear
that.
what he says.
That's not compromising.
That's not that's
Do you
the
know what
opposite
compromising
of
is?
compromising.
Meaning like,
Compromising
I'm
is to
changing
give up
my, I'm
something.
changing what I'm thinking. or what
Compromising
I'm-
is
To
listening
give up
to what
you
I'm
want.
saying,
Yeah.
taking into account,
And finding the middle
and then
point.
finding the middle ground. Basically, yeah. That's
Coming to an
compromising. Coming to
understanding,
yeah.
an agreement,
Meeting in the middle.
a middle
That's
point.
compromising.
Exactly.
I don't know. I gotta look up what submissive.
Yeah,
is.
you might have to look that up.
And you?
I think somebody who's cooperative. I know. I think like throughout the years, I think people have tried to interchange it because women don't. they hate that word submissive. So men are just like, you know what? How about cooperative? And women are like,
I don't like that word either.
They don't like it, but it sounds a little bit better.
But
So they're
I
like,
feel
all right,
like-
you know what I mean?
I like
I
cooperating.
don't feel like women hate the
the
word
same
submissive.
They do.
They do.
They absolutely.
Y'all hate the word
100%.
submissive?
Yeah, you could clearly
Well,
tell.
obviously, I hate it now that I know
How
what
you
the real
speaking for me?
definition
I
of
don't.
it
No,
is.
not,
I
I'm
like
not saying.
it.
I'm just saying in general, like women.
And I want your definition too when he's done. Yeah.
I mean, he said. I mean, they both.
Oh yeah, yes.
They both
Basically,
said.
somebody who's willing to follow my lead because if I am going to be that man for this relationship and his family and his marriage, I would expect you to support my lead. Not saying that I don't mind you questioning some things or having some questions about
Or
things,
having an
but
opinion.
know that I have our best interests. You
You
know what I
said
mean?
someone that wants to
I'm not
follow
gonna
your
lie.
lead.
My
Dating
lead,
as
yes.
well. Dating as
So
well.
I ain't saying, yo,
submissive.
you gotta
said
fuck.
marriage and a
That's
relationship.
what-
Dating
that's
as
what I
well.
All right. If you
In a
want me to
relationship,
follow
yeah.
your lead, it's like,
Oh.
My lead as far as our family and the direction
forget
of our
everything
family.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna
Y'all
follow your
thinking lead like,
I'm
yo,
gonna
fuck this
submit
bitch
to
right
you.
now. Like, no, I'm not saying all of that. I'm
Go
talking
clean
about,
it. Go
like,
clean the bathroom. Like
Yeah,
it's
we
not
not
like
talking
that,
about-
right?
no,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
He's saying as a tribe, if he's like the leader, the tribe is the family, you, your kids, whoever else, and
That's-
like leading and allowing him to do that. But also like there's some women who die for that, like who really want that, and then there's some women who just like they don't know how to like let go of taking charge because that's something that they experience.
struggle with, yeah.
Yeah, like
Survival skills. That's where that
Yeah,
come from.
yep.
Honestly, like surviving without a partner or without a man in your life or etc.
Yeah, you're gonna continue to be by yourself if you don't know how to submit to your man.
yeah.
Facts.
But then they also gotta, cause sometimes you probably be done let somebody lead and they led you into a ditch and you just like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm not
That's
doing
true.
that again.
Thank
So,
you.
like,
You can't think that way
But that's
with
why
everybody.
you're
Yeah.
not supposed to submit off the bat. Like you
Yeah.
gotta make sure you vet this person, and you
And
know what
I
I mean.
feel like that's
Get to
where
know
the
this
guys
person.
have the tough time with because at first off the bat you want to lead and she's like, all right, well I need, you get what I'm saying? Like
So
it's a
let's
little,
say this because women always like to speak in these like extreme scenarios. I know
And he still didn't answer either.
he.
Even I would just say really quickly, men submit to their women's as well in
For
a
real?
relationship. We
That's a fact.
compromise.
They
There's
all
listen, there's a quote: "Happy wife, happy life." You don't think that's any?
some men.
that is.
Y'all get everything y'all fucking want sometimes in a
No.
relationship.
Some
I
men,
think not.
not all.
If you have a
Some.
good if
I
you
think
have a
not,
good man,
people.
maybe y'all never had a good man.
We talking about healthy relationships.
healthy-
Good
Some
man.
men.
And I hate the fact that women try to ignore that there's good men out there.
It
Like y'all
definitely
never
is. It
experienced a good
definitely
man.
is.
Y'all never fucked up on a
One
good man.
through your age group, your timing, that's a lot.
What?
Experience
one?
a
You
good
said
man,
one?
2 good men.
Oh, and
Dating?
you had one more opportunity than another woman because it's more women out here, right? And it's harder for black women to get married.
But if you had a good
No
man,
way.
why you single?
Yeah, if you have a good man, you shouldn't worry about the second man
Yeah,
or the third
why you
man,
need 2,
like,
3
you know
good
what I'm
men in your
saying?
life? Like if you got that good man, why you
that's
single?
the potential to be because everybody is growing.
Okay.
Everybody wants to happy wife, happy life.
Happy house, happy
How
old
spouse.
are
You know
you?
what I mean?
How
Happy
old
house,
are
happy
You
spouse.
want to
I
drop
don't
your
want no
age?
happy wife, happy life. Huh?
Drop your age?
Why?
I want a happy spouse, happy house. We both got to be happy.
Exactly. In order for things to continue on going. Exactly. It's not dependent on just one female to be. Even though that female have to cook, have to clean, have to take care of the kids.
Y'all
kind of
y'all
come and
keep
go.
making this shit up.
Mental
Men do
health
that
is-
too.
It
matters
exactly.
I
also.
cook, I
because-
clean, I do all that shit. I watch my kids, I read books, I do all that shit.
It sounds like you
Period.
submissive to your wife, my boy.
Period.
I was just about to say, I mean,
I am.
every
Better
situation
get it
is
done.
different. There is households where the guy do that, and there's
And I'm still paying for
where-
everything. So you don't say that's because she making the money. She making money, but she ain't paying for the shit.
ain't
So
say
we gonna,
that,
I just gotta
but-
add that in there for somebody else right in the
For
comments.
Word.
The comments.
That's
So what I was
good.
going to say is, like I said, women speaking these extremes that they never even experienced, but they like speaking it. So let's say a guy, because you do know men have bad experiences with women as well, right?
Of course.
So let's say a guy is doing everything for a woman. He's being chivalrous. He's doing X, Y, and Z. He's taking care of everything, right, for a woman, and she does him wrong. Now, is he valid to go out into the world and be like, damn, you know what? I got done, because women love to get done wrong by one man and now judge all men. Is it okay for that one man to get done wrong by that woman and be like, you know what? Now I'm not going to be a gentleman. I'm not going to be supportive. I'm not going to be a leader because the last woman, she took advantage of that. Is that acceptable?
Personally, me and Sufaya, I don't agree with that from any side.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
like when women do that to men, and I don't
Right.
like when men do that to women.
Okay,
And
okay.
I don't
I don't think
agree
women
with
do
at
that
all.
shit off of one experience.
Right.
I think it's like multiple, like it happens all the time.
Okay,
It's
men
like,
get multiple bad experiences as well.
Yeah, so if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a whole, that just
happens
needs
more
to
than one
be.
time.
We gotta
It's like,
find a
alright, I'm
way
not
where
even-
black women
No
and
way.
black men could come back together, because I'm hating the fact that it's always like
Yeah.
team A, team B.
We can't when
I
people have a
hate
mindset like, yo,
that.
I
I'm
don't
not
want to
gonna
even
lie,
deal
though.
with those experiences anymore because I
You're
had
talking
bad
to
experiences.
three females
And
right
you literally
now.
said, I don't want to deal with that experience.
I don't want
She said she
to
don't want
have
no
to
more
go
bad.
through multiple bad experiences, because those bad experiences do change me. It's not the fact of the next guy that I meet or the next guy that I meet, I'm going to be the same exact way. They call that gullible. They call that naive. When you constantly keep meeting a different guy and you're going into it with the best intentions of all times. Yeah, he's not going to lie to me. Yeah, he's not going to cheat. And then turns around and go, oh, you gotta. I just literally heard everybody has someone. Nowadays, Muff, what do you mean? Nowadays, everybody that I'm gonna meet has someone already. No, not everybody has someone. There are single good people out there that's not cheating, that's not doing that want these type of things, that has goals of a good family, or, there's not a bunch of bad guys out here. That's how I feel. So I'm continue on trying. I started off with dating females first. Everybody knows me as a
You
lesbian.
have bad experiences with females?
No, I don't really look at too much of
Hey.
things as a.
No, not one.
Hold up.
All guys.
I'm not saying that the guys were bad. People are going to be people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. I don't look at it as this, all women are bad, all men are bad. Nah, I'm ready to see what each person is like individually.
Wait, but you just said you don't want to deal with that experience.
But because of me doing that, I have dated a lot of people. And it's changing me to a certain extent where I'm saying nowadays, I don't want to get extremely close to you. You know that beginning stage of, you're dating, you're talking.
So your traumas have led you to just not.
I have a little wall up. Yes,
Okay,
I do.
so-
I have a little wall up where maybe that aggression comes from. Where in the beginning I'm like, yeah, I want to get to know you, but you're not gonna push off on me of what you want. Of like, oh yeah, I want a relationship. Oh yeah, I can see myself with you. You have to be with me. Oh, you seem like a good. I get that. Oh, Muff, you're such a good girl. You could be my girlfriend. You could. What's
That's
fine?
somebody talking to me like that. I ain't talking to them no more.
Yeah.
The fuck, you gotta be with me. You need to like what the fuck?
Exactly.
Nah,
So that's when I
bro.
come off on some. Nah, I'm dating.
Alright, but
I'm gonna date
that's-
multiple people until I figure out who I want. I'm not saying
Exactly.
I'm doing that, but
But
that's what I get.
But you gotta
And
see
because
red
I
flags
say
though.
no, I get, ooh, you aggressive. You don't listen. You don't this.
Red
no,
flag.
I have boundaries. Exactly.
Red
and that's
flag.
where I avoid you at.
There you go.
but-
That's
So
it.
remember when you guys was like, oh, if everybody is saying you're aggressive, then it
Yeah.
might be you? No. I can tell those red flags off of those past experiences that I've had, and I'm going to avoid you.
Yeah,
It's not me,
yeah.
it's you.
No.
Get out your
no.
way.
It still might be you too. You get what I'm saying?
It might be a little
don't ignore what you and maybe dating may not be for you right at this point. Maybe you got to do some
healing.
self-reflection,
Some
healing,
therapy.
and then I think you can't jump in a relationship or even talk to people because your mind is not right for that shit right now. So every person that you're meeting is gonna be you just coping with the time. You
I
get
live
what
in
I'm
New
saying?
York City, baby.
But like to add on to what he's
I don't
saying,
know.
sometimes the lesson isn't always about other people and their red flags. It's about getting more in tune with yourself and knowing how you can navigate through those like experiences.
I think
I'm a
if people
Cancer.
learn
I
how
just
to
wanna throw that
vet
out
people
there.
properly, I think we would be in much more optimal like situations as far as dating and relationships. I think if everybody, because nowadays everybody got their traumas, men and women with women. So if we all come into this dating scene with this wall up, ain't nobody willing to break down none of these walls. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, men are forced to be the one that always compromise.
Compromise in that aspect, but some men are just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with breaking down that wall. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Can I ask y'all
Compromise what?
something?
Okay.
Okay.
Ask,
You sure?
Yes.
I feel like, okay, do y'all think that the music with like the rappers, like male, we're gonna get into the females, but like the male rappers, do you think that influence like the day-to-day guys that we come across in
100%.
life and
Yes.
how they
What-
view
what-
women
what
and
do-
what to do
to a
with
certain
them?
extent.
what do most male rappers talk about? outside of the violence, right? Because they do talk about the violence,
Drugs.
but they
Having
often
sex
talk
with
about
you and
gang
not
banging.
allowing you to stay the night. That's one topic
that's
they always
fair.
keep
They
repeating.
also talk about how they took somebody's bitch. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
your woman that you thought was loyal, no, she's in my hotel right now getting her back blown out. They also talk about that. So that to itself is kind of traumatizing some men, because we're like, damn, nobody shorty seems to be loyal nowadays,
Why listen to
especially
it
if
then?
somebody has, more resources or whatever. I'm
But
not saying all
people,
shorty,
people
all
have been
women.
saying that though.
Not
Yeah,
even
no, I'm
that.
not saying- yeah.
People, especially in the music industry, seem to think that that's a huge flex. And some people, I feel like if the brother code with black men was more respectable, then we wouldn't have that issue. Not to say that I'm giving women a excuse for that, because
Sound like it.
I'm not, but I'm just saying that at the end of
Respectable
the
as far as
day,
what?
like for instance, there's guys who will go after you because they know that you have a man, or because they know that that is your man, and so because they want to have their ego stroke, like I was able to take his girl or to do X, Y, and Z to her. So there's no respect, like, oh, that's my man's girl, I'm not even looking at her. It's like, oh, that's my man's girl, I'm about to show him how, you get what I'm saying, X,
I
Y,
don't
and Z.
think niggas
So
talk about their man's girl. They talk about
They
random people.
man's
that-
girl.
no,
Like,
no,
I'm
but
like-
I'm just saying that. I'm
Oh.
not saying like specifically their friend's girl, but I'm just saying like period. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like your man's is any black man.
I could have
You
sworn
get what I'm
Dirk
saying?
dropped a song like that, talking about his man's girl. I kid you not.
Who?
Dirk?
Dirk?
Yes, Lil Dirk definitely has.
Jew?
Or they'll try to like.
I'm pretty sure he probably did.
Yes, he definitely has.
Lil
Sometimes they
Dirk
try to
biggest
make it
fan,
seem
yeah.
like black men be tripping off of, oh, like we did such and such with the same girl. But it's like, if you knew that from the jump, like why you don't have that type of like consideration? You get what I'm saying? Meaning, like, for instance, okay, if you want to get upset at him because he feels some type of way because he's dealing with a girl that you decided to have sex with after you knew he was dealing with her, and you feel like it should be, the anger should be directed towards the girl, but there's no accountability between you all. Like, nigga, you knew from the jump that that's
Nah,
what I
if-
was doing. So like, why would you even cross that line?
If he was talking to a girl and like it was his girlfriend, you saying?
Just regardless. I'm
I
saying
mean,
the
it's-
point is that he's tight about it, right?
Oh, he tight about it.
He's tight about
Okay.
it, and you're trying to make fun of him, like,
Mm.
nigga, she was a X, Y, and G, she just a whatever.
Well,
You
first of
tripping
all, I
off of that,
wouldn't.
but
I
it's
wouldn't.
like,
Me personally, I wouldn't talk to no girl that my bro has been with, unless I got the blessing. Like, yo, you mind if I talk to Shorty blah blah? And he was like,
I'll just
"Nah,
slap
I
you,
got it." I mean,
have it.
yeah. If it's that kind of conversation, then cool. But if I knew that was something he took seriously or something, I'm not touching it at all.
but that's me personally.
That's
I'm
me
saying
personally,
there's
yeah.
guys out here where they
yeah, and
ego,
they need
like
to
they
be
get
held
off on
accountable.
that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and that's where a lot of those situations come from too. Like the black men not
But
holding each other
women need to
accountable.
hold themselves accountable too.
No,
man.
word.
You can't
I'm
be going
not
through the team.
excusing them.
like-
I'm not excusing them at all.
Yeah.
I don't applaud that at all. But I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, we're not gonna just act like it's just a
And-
matter of women being held accountable.
Shit, they songs are replying back by saying, "Yeah, fuck your nigga, fuck your homeboy,
Fuck your
Oh,
uncle,
yeah,
your grandfather,
yeah,
your
yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
That shit like-
But that's crazy. But I'm just,
She just shitted on black
Yeah.
No, I didn't shit. I was just trying to
No,
bring
she
something
really
to light
did it,
because I don't
though.
feel like they like that perspectives. Like I feel like they bypass that all the time. Like nobody actually really sees that. Okay, maybe it's not just the issue of women not being shit. Maybe because, for instance, even if I just met you today and I know you're dealing with a man and that's the first time I'm seeing him, after that I'm not gonna be like that's he's done with.
Do you think
get what I'm
it's
saying?
a
Like,
difference between a guy talking to, like, trying to get with his friend, somebody that his friend used to talk to, and then a girl trying to get with
No,
somebody that
I'm
her
not
friend
talking
tried to
about
talk
the
to?
friend situation. I'm talking about just period. Like, it's not gonna make, like, guys go based off, they make certain decisions based off how they want to stroke their ego. So me, it's like, even if I do feel like, all right, he'll go for it, that's not, like, for me personally as a girl, like, and then I know I'll be held accountable because it's like, girl, you saw me with him. You get what I'm saying? That's
Wait,
one
who
thing
gonna hold
girls
you
do
accountable?
do. Her.
No, she ain't.
Yes, she
No, she
will.
isn't.
Wait, you holding me
Yeah,
accountable for? We holding
No,
a
you would
person
hold me accountable.
I think
what?
Because I saw you with him and I still tried to pursue him and I knew that that's what y'all had going on. You get what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be a matter of like,
I feel like if we wasn't friends, it's no loyalty. So you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
but would you be cool with me after that? If we just met today, I see you with a guy and
But I don't know you like that, so it's like.
But I'm
girl,
saying after that
If you
situation,
did.
you heard, yeah, if
if I did know you like that,
No.
As a friend?
I'm saying, okay, this is the situation. I just met you today, right?
Mhm.
I saw you with a man. He's on your arm, y'all kiss, clear as day. I see what y'all got going on. After we leave from here, I hit him up in the DM. I see him at another club. I'm trying to go home with him. After I just seen that, we don't know each other. But then after that, you find out that that's what I was on. And I'm like, hey, like trying to be friends with you. Like, can I come over? Can you come do my nails? Like,
I think a lot of people do that though.
And like
And
she
it's
said,
okay.
Guys, but I don't feel like girls. So you feel like we can be cool after
once
that.
something doesn't
not gonna
work
be cool
out,
with you.
it's
I
okay.
get, like, that's
we
my
was-
point. Guys will still be cool with each other. They don't hold each other accountable.
not if they
It's
knew.
not gonna be
No,
like,
Not if they knew.
That's what you think. Behind closed doors, I watch guys pillow
Yeah,
talk
it'd be
a lot.
very much.
Niggas pillow
From my
talking, 2 niggas in the bed. What's
Yes,
going on?
indeed. We in New York City, baby. Yes, they is. They
Wait.
pillow talking all day, every day about everything it is that they do. Every
I ain't gonna
female
hold
that
you.
they hold
I think you
a
hate niggas for
conversation
real.
with
I think
and all
you hate
that.
niggas.
I
I don't think
kid
she
you
do. I don't think
not.
she do.
It goes
I don't
crazy.
think she do.
But I feel
You
like
see 2 niggas in the bed talking.
No,
two
like
niggas.
a,
You said
no,
pillow
like a
talking.
guy talking to a girl.
And
Said pillow talking to her, girl.
You said it's New York City, baby.
What you
And then
talking
put the
about?
shoes up. I'm like, nah, you wildin'.
Turned into Blueface.
Two
and
niggas.
No way.
That's why I'm
No.
trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
nah.
no.
It says ATL,
No,
baby.
to me, it's no problem. It's no. If it didn't work out with me, let it work out with
but it's
anybody
still
else
working
who
out
it will
with
work
her
out
is
with.
what I'm saying.
But I'm super different from a lot of people. I'm really open. If it didn't work out with me, I don't care who it works out with
Oh,
next.
sure,
But
Eli
in my
shit.
That's
situation,
having
they're
control
still
over
working
somebody.
out.
That's
To
not
me-
wanting somebody else to have happiness.
To me, it's
you
like
find happiness
agree
in
with
my
you.
homegirl, then you get hey.
I agree
Y'all
with
get
you.
married and all that. I'm at the wedding, baby. Yeah, I would
Me
have
and you on the
gift.
same page now.
Do your
A lot of
thing.
people
hell
Go
no.
be yes.
I'm
Go
saying
be
though,
happy.
Because like I said,
You
you don't
see
owe
what
me
I'm
no
talking about?
loyalty,
Controlling.
so-
Oh, hell
no. It's controlling.
I don't give a fuck.
You like what you like.
Their
If you're
happiness, their
if-
Hold on,
happiness.
hold on. We
One
having
mic,
mad
one mic,
conversation
one
right
mic.
now.
I just want to know how long you guys known each other.
This is my sister.
So if she dated if she got with a nigga that
Hey,
Whoa.
you talking about? We talking about
I-
relatives now. I
She
ain't
said
even
she
gonna lie.
just met. I just met her.
because I want to get because y'all going past
Yeah,
something. I want to get
Yeah, actual sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
my
my
blood
Oh,
sisters.
okay.
Yeah, blood
so
sisters.
I don't want to get misconstrued. So y'all known each other your whole life. What I'm saying is, so if the other person dated somebody that somebody else dated, it wouldn't be right to you.
If she
right?
dated your,
that's
if she
loyalty.
dated your middle
But she
school
just made it seem
boyfriend,
like she didn't care.
It is A-okay. My
Okay,
middle school
all right.
boyfriend,
Okay, all right, that's
I'm
fair.
fucking 31.
Well, I'm saying her, your
It's
sister.
A-okay. I kid you. It's A-okay.
Okay.
I'm
And
sorry.
what-
If it wasn't nothing
30.
serious, nah.
No,
I know.
serious.
I don't
See,
give
no,
a
no.
To me, that's
No.
loyalty. That's my
Whether
sister.
it
Now I
was
gotta be loyal to
serious.
you. Like,
I
why
kid
would
you not. I don't give a damn whether it was serious.
You just said that's your sister.
That's my sister. Middle school, I'm 31.
No, you say
Fuck
middle
it.
school. You
Let's
dated him.
even go
You
further.
dated him from middle
Nah.
school till you got 25.
College, yeah.
I'm sorry. My
cool.
mindset is always for happiness and communication and whatever
Nah.
works for
I
you.
heard nah.
Once
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Once I spin off, I'm spun off.
Heard it.
I'm spun
I-
off.
I-
Don't
In the
nothing,
dirt.
yeah,
Go
don't
on.
nothing bother
Poof.
me. I'm sorry. You can almost call me emotionless. I don't care.
Red flag.
If you guys are happy,
red
you're
flag.
happy. I'm not
the same way.
doubling
I'm the
back.
same way. I'm
That's
the same
like
way. Like,
my sister again, like you just said, my sister again with somebody I was with in middle school or whatever the
no,
case
no,
may
no.
be.
I said somebody
I'm
who's
a
in a
hoe.
long-term relationship with,
Throwing them bees
and
up
then
right
y'all
there, red
broke
flag.
up.
A long-term relationship with, and
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
broke up.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird because maybe that whole time
Oh,
that I
that
was
was weird.
fucking with
Yeah,
that person,
it's like-
you was looking at them. You get what I'm saying? But
Oh, that was
also,
weird.
but also, that's like me trying to hold on to somebody, and then you two have the real connection. Tell me that's not even weirder though.
Yeah.
You two have the real
Like, you don't
connection.
even
It's
like
not
him.
working out with me and you. Other races will do that with no problem.
Shit. So
We'll
what
do
future?
that with no
So
problem.
with
So it took y'all
No, the real
5
sisters.
years. It took y'all 5 years to realize that it wasn't working out for you and
I
her.
don't-
But
I
now magically it's gonna
I
work
just
out.
got out of a 5-year relationship.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Right.
just got
So
out
let's
with
say
a
you got
guy.
out of that,
And
Nah,
he-
and then
no,
and then 5 years
no,
later.
no,
Wait, hold on. Then 5
guys,
years later, your sister like, yo, me and so and so hit it off. Is it cool if I talk to him? You cool with that?
Buddy, yo, pal, I done already
It's 5
spun
years.
the
It's been
block
5
on,
years,
and
like,
on
you know what I'm
everybody
saying?
else. I kid you
She
not.
probably got a
I
whole
don't
new boyfriend.
care.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't already
Like,
replace you with a female. I ain't even gonna lie. My
You
first
just said
thing
it
is
was
replace
kinda
somebody
weird,
with a
though.
female.
You
I
just said it was
kid you.
don't let them
kinda
be.
weird.
Listen.
No.
It's the easiest thing.
I don't think
can we
it
move?
doesn't bother
we gotta
me.
move on to the
I'm
next topic
different.
because we've been on
She-
this motherfucker.
she
like,
different.
you know what
No,
I'm
we
saying?
have.
Like, yo.
But I ain't gonna
literally-
hold you. That shit ain't
Wouldn't
healthy.
bother me.
No, that's cool. That's cool for you.
Nah.
Speaking, it wouldn't bother me either. I agree with you.
See,
but
my sister
the
like,
ne-
nah.
Yeah, red flag too.
My sister already gonna be on some, I'm dubbing you. But on me, on the other hand, you ain't gonna get no problem out of me. Let's see if you can really get my sister. That's the real thing.
He
That's
got her.
the next
He walked
topic.
up in the crib
next-
with her like, hello. What are you talking
No,
about?
he didn't. Because I'm
No, I'm saying
Nah,
the story
exactly.
hypothetically.
But I'm saying if he did, you have no problem with that.
I kid you not, I would not have no problem.
Alright,
If they're
cool.
genuinely
With the
happy, you
stipulations,
treating my
if he
sister
get her.
happy, and y'all life going real nice, not you about to
I agree.
violate me,
I
and you
agree
about
with
to
you.
violate my sister, I think the fuck not. Absolutely not.
Hold up now, but
Absolutely.
Look at him.
you stopping the connection. Maybe
Exactly.
it ain't work out with you. He violated you, but he gonna treat her the best ever. You don't know that.
Am I supposed to be? That's where jealousy comes
Hey,
in. That would be
what's
my
the next
fucking
topic?
problem. That's me looking at it. Oh,
Yo,
you
listen.
treated her right, but couldn't treat me right. That goes entirely
I totally
crazy.
agree with you. Let me get to this next. I agree with you, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me get to this next topic because this kind of correlates to each other.
Red flags.
Have y'all ever spun a block on somebody that y'all denied at first?
Yes.
You did? I actually expect that answer.
Sex means everything to me. I'm sorry.
What?
So what made you
Yes.
deny him in the first place?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, what made you deny them in the first place? Because you are bisexual.
Like I just said, sex means everything to me. So I'm sorry.
So the sex.
If we got there and the sex was fire, then okay. But other than that,
So no, what I'm saying is, there was somebody you was talking to. You
Mhm.
curved him at first, but then you spun a. Did you ever spin a block on them again? Like, damn, I know I curved you in the past, but we here. Like,
if we was intimate in the beginning and it was fire,
No.
or it wasn't,
There was no intimacy.
there was no intimacy.
Yeah, you
Nothing.
curved
You was
him.
like,
And then I
nah,
spun the
dog.
block and I come back around
Yeah.
and the intimacy was fire,
Yeah.
then okay. Yes, I'm
So-
spinning the block.
So you done that before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. That's why I said yes. That was my
so
first
you
thing.
like that shit back. All right, what about
I
you?
don't.
Like, So once you
Nah.
curve somebody, then that's it. Like, there's no spinning the block on it.
Yeah, because there's a reason why I curved you.
So what about a DM? Maybe a guy DM'd you like three years ago. And have you ever respond back to an old DM and was like, hey, what's up? Like,
From 3 years ago?
I don't know. Like, maybe
Nah.
he hit you up again.
Yeah,
Maybe,
me 3 years
maybe he
ago.
hit you up
But
again.
they
Like,
hit you up again, and you're like, oh shit. I mean, this dude
You
hit me
gotta
up.
be ready for a bad.
You say what?
Yeah.
You gotta be ready
Yeah.
for a bad response.
Oh.
You spin on somebody and then 3 years a DM. A guy been DM you all this time and you don't respond to him, and then you
Right.
when you
Depending on the
ready,
DM. If
be
you've been
ready for a
DMing
negative
me
response.
every
Like, what
day,
nigga broke your
for
heart?
30 days straight,
Mm.
nah, I'm blocking you. Because
for
what you
30
still
days
here
straight, niggas is
for?
wild.
Hey.
Like, all right,
What you still here for?
what about you? You ever spun a block on somebody that you curved?
I have not.
Okay.
To the DM thing, I feel like there's been a situation where somebody DM'd me in the past and I never met them in person. And then I met them in person and it's like, okay. But even then we didn't talk. It was just like, all right, I ignored you straight out before. At least now I'm just like curving you verbally.
Oh, now
Even when you
you
met
curved him digitally. Now
Yeah.
you're curving in real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real life.
God,
Yeah.
that's-
And you liked him in real life, or no, you didn't like
No,
him in
I
real
mean
life?
it was like
you got
because
curved twice.
to me, like
Yeah.
a page is like not necessarily. A page is like a stranger. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's a lot of situations where I wouldn't open DMs or whatever, especially depending on what the message is. But then I've been in a room with you and it's like, okay, you're a person. You don't seem weird. Like you know what I'm saying? Maybe I
Mhm.
just
You're a
thought you was
person.
You're a
weirdo
person.
because of
right.
the message. But it's like, oh, okay, like we could be cool. You could be around me. I wouldn't say that I would talk to him after that. But yeah.
All right, fella. Ace, man, what about you? Ever spun a block on somebody that you curved before?
Yeah, probably like, cause like back in school days before like women like develop or whatever. Nah,
I'm out
So-
switching up on you. I ain't
it was
going-
a couple women back in school. You like make fun of whatever. Then they grow up. You like, oh goddamn.
I'm not gonna lie, that happened
So-
to me.
Oh, now that happened.
That
to you,
happened
like,
to
so-
that happened to
like-
me. Like
So sometimes
yeah.
you gotta spin the block on them and shit. And that's happened to me before. Like a girl curved me online and then I see them in person. I'm like, oh, you actually cute in person. Like that.
Yeah. Because some guys be bad at taking pictures.
Yeah,
and then you
I
see them
ain't-
in person, it's like, oh, you got a little height. You
So-
got a little, okay, hold on.
Once you did the form,
Yo, Jeuu, man, what about you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Niggas, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I give everybody a chance, you know what I'm saying, to redeem themselves. You know what I'm saying? So,
Not a chance.
you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, the redeem team now. Like,
I'm on my Muffy shit. If the sex good, I'm there. Nice. What are you talking about? Pass that pussy to the left.
Nah, I think for me, I'm gonna have to agree with Ace, man. There's them women from like high school that wasn't it. You know what I mean? Then they just that glow up. You know what I mean? That grown woman body. They kick in, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, that was you? Like, I haven't looked at the pictures before and after, like, what the fuck? Like, but some of them do be getting that BBL. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you know what I mean? So like they do be cheating nowadays. But
I be telling my little brother, yo, them slim girls in school right now, watch out for them. When they grow up, you gonna be looking at them like, yeah.
No, for real though. That's us, right?
Hey. What you mean?
No, well, I'm like,
I ain't say all of them.
I think that's probably been the only time I ever probably curved a woman and didn't spun the block on her. Like I've probably seen her, met her in person or met her on social media. Not even met her, but seen her on social media. When I had social media, like, you know what I mean?
Shit, they spun her around and ate her ass.
Nah, I don't do that.
Crazy.
I don't
We can
do
relate to that.
that.
Slim girls.
I don't do that. Don't listen to this guy. But yeah, so that's
Instead of
about
spin the bottle, they spin the booty.
Yo.
Nah, that definitely happened to me though.
Not too
Make sure your
much.
veneers don't fall out.
Not too much.
Nigga, dentures about to fall right in that cup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, what are some signs that your partner is getting complacent?
Getting what?
Complacent.
Define complacent.
Stagnant. Not doing anything.
Comfortable?
Yeah, comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not doing anything in a relationship or in their life.
Shit.
Both affects your relationship.
You're not buying me no more
Sure
flowers. We not going on dates no more. You feel like chilling in the house is like it. Like that's all you gotta do.
I mean, outside do be expensive. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
No, it don't. We could go on a picnic. We could go to Dollar Tree, get some turkey and cheese
Look how
and
he sucked
sandwich.
his teeth.
No.
First of all, I'm gonna be honest.
Let her talk.
And go on a picnic, sipping paints. You could do that in the house. You could do that outside.
Hello.
You could go on
to be in the house.
the bridge. No, if we in the house and we just sitting there and you playing a game and it's like,
yeah, I'm not gonna
now
lie.
if we doing activities like we sipping and painting, we cooking together, we
role playing,
Look,
but
sex.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
oh,
some
we not
girls-
gonna do nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Right.
girls really do just like the thrill
let's
of
get
an
that answer
adventure.
from you.
So it don't
You
gotta
got
be
a
nothing
lady,
too
so
crazy.
you don't catch your lady. So
Wait, what would you say?
No, I was saying some girls or women do like the thrill of like an adventure. So it don't necessarily have to be like dinner or we go fly somewhere. It could be like something crazy, like take me on a little
drop fuck boys too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all like that adventure. Like, you know what
I don't like how you just say y'all.
I don't like that.
I'm just saying, she said it. I'm just, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I don't like how you say y'all because I don't.
You don't like fuck boys?
No.
What's a fuck
Nah,
boy?
never.
No,
A
what's
fuck boy
Nah,
is
nah,
literally
what's a
a fuck boy.
Every
What's a
man that she been
fuckboy?
talking about on the whole show. Like, you know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
y'all.
My God.
I would love it. I
Man
would love
and
it.
woman,
I
man and
would
woman.
love it. I'm getting more of.
You would love a fuck boy? Wait, somebody told me what a
Ma'am.
fuck boy is.
They're
A
good to
toxic
fuck
nigga.
on.
Yeah, nigga.
So it's okay when y'all
Good
say it,
to
but
fuck
when
on.
women
They
say
look
it's, oh my
good.
gosh, y'all
There's
always.
nothing else to them.
What?
A fuck boy.
Because calling a guy a F-boy is the same as saying like niggas ain't. So it's like when we do it, it's
calling
oh my
one
gosh.
guy or a couple guys a
He
fuck boy
said
and
it.
saying niggas ain't shit. It's
He
two
said
different
it.
things.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take
He
that.
said it.
I'll take that. I know, but I'll
Yeah, we're
take it.
piggybacking.
We gonna
off
let
that.
them because we know we see the vibes.
No, I understand.
Y'all be trying to generalize. We talking about a specific group of people.
Don't say
right?
y'all. You generalizing by saying y'all. I've never said niggas
Exactly.
ain't.
Y'all done ran into some bad
See?
females. Hey,
Wait, you was sucking your teeth when I said picnics and
everything
stuff.
with
so-
girls is y'all.
I think women like the idea of picnics, but they don't really want to go on picnics.
Why would you
They don't
say
know.
that? Have
Girls.
you done it? Have you done it? Have you
I
tried?
Do you know how intimate a picnic
No, but
is?
listen.
I gotta disagree.
He didn't
with
But
answer.
you.
there's different versions
You gotta-
of picnics.
I'm disagreeing
Like,
with him. Man.
For
Oh.
me,
I think someone
personally, being in
my
the woods
God.
and the grass and all that,
The
I'm
woods,
straight.
I don't know.
But if we like in the SUV, you pop the trunk, we put the blankets in the back of the car, like that's a cool picnic versus like you just gotta learn how to customize it for the
you know-
girl.
Did you try a
that's like
picnic?
the fancy.
That is-
Did you
fancy-
try a
Right.
picnic? 1, 2,
SUV?
3. Did you guys
do that.
try?
I also think it's the dude that they
Lies.
with.
In high school.
I've been
Uh,
on.
listen,
I've been on picnics.
I'm a nigga. I used to be a nigga that just didn't give a fuck
He's
on
speaking
what
about
you get. What I'm saying, so like, I didn't give a fuck if you cared if you was on this picnic or not. You going or you not going?
Yeah.
You pulling up or you not? and they pulling up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it depends on your vibe and if that woman want to be around you at sometimes too. You got to take that into
So you feel like
consideration.
that's the reason guys will become complacent is if the girl isn't with the vibes no more?
No, I think some people get complacent because the other person giving them everything without making them earn it.
Yes.
So
No,
I like how you just brought up the word earn.
Yeah.
Because usually when girls use the word earn, there's a negative connotation that comes with it.
I need to earn your trust. I need to earn your loyalty. I need to earn everything you do for me.
Yeah, but we talking about like vibes, dates, stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you said that sometimes people become complacent because they don't have to earn anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when girls say, when we use the word earn for whatever the case may be, when we're talking about romantic relationship with guys, it's a negative connotation.
No,
give us an example because you're not being specific.
Yeah.
So if a girl says the most obvious one, you have to like earn
the pussy.
Yeah.
Every man should.
Okay.
That's negative.
So y'all all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, we good. We good.
A man ever told you he don't gotta earn it? Like...
No. I'm just saying because I've been in conversations where guys feel like that's bonkers. Like that's crazy.
It depends on how it's coming off though, man. Because it got some women that are like, oh, earning my pussy, you gotta pay my bills, or you gotta. If you want shit like that, if you want shit like that, then
you gotta take me. You gotta give me a steak and a lemon drop.
You gotta take me to Ruth Chris and spend $150 on a steak to get this box and shit. No.
And we gotta take 1942 shots. Like whoa.
If you're saying I gotta court you properly.
Okay.
Then I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The
if you just put a price on this shit,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I might as well just give you the money.
Yeah,
up front,
the Zells and the fees and all that. That's a different lane.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's a fact. What are some signs? What about you? What are some signs that somebody's getting complacent in a relationship?
Things change. Like you're not doing everything that you were trying to do to get me to begin with. You're not going out. You're not trying to plan anything. I don't know. Just things of let me not say I don't know. Things of that nature. Exactly. You don't feel like you have to do anything anymore. You're just noticing, you know what? Sometimes female could come off as if, like I say, we live in New York City where females have the most control over everything. We're planning the dates. We're telling you what we want. We're almost
You're
like
doing everything but paying for it.
Hey, don't say that.
Females got the most control over it.
What 2 Chainz said, true.
I mean, almost as if
they planning, they decide where they want to go, what you paying for, how many, where they eating.
So I have a question. As a guy, do you feel like that's an easier
Mm-hmm.
situation where you just pull up and you pay and you don't have to plan anything? Or do you feel like it's a little more harder?
I've never had a woman plan anything. They always expect the man to plan everything, and then tell me what time to get dressed, or tell me where to go. Like they
I feel like the expectation is on whoever initiated us like going out. So if I say like let's do something that obviously
women don't initiate going out.
Who don't initiate going out?
But it depends on the type of women.
Hey, you want to go here? You want to go there? Hey, let's go here.
Y'all, it's like what about when we say y'all? It's like it depends on the man.
A lot of women don't plan.
A lot of women don't plan.
I
I think it depends on the women. Like if you had a guy that's like really romantic and like is really used to that, then maybe you'll be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna plan it. But if you're used to somebody that's like don't do nothing and you just like
but she said something that's critical because Ace brought this up before. She said you're not doing everything to like that you were doing in the beginning to get me. And Ace brought a point up on a previous show about that men are the only ones that can get complacent in a relationship because a woman never had to do anything to get a man. So we can't say, oh, you getting complacent because you ain't do the things to do to get me. Like I had to chase you. So now you're expecting that it's that one-side dynamic. And women get very complacent in relationships too. Let's be honest.
Do you feel like I feel like you're looking at one form of complacentness. There's women who get you by just keeping themselves up. And then they fall off on that. So do you not feel like that's not a form of being complacent?
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
So what about the way somebody's talking to you?
Huh?
Like the way how the communication changed. Like you get now you're telling me you suck your dick. Or you calling me a
Why not? No, I'm fucking.
Wait. But in what sense is he saying that?
For
though?
example, like in the beginning, like you know, like you're not as disrespectful. The way you talking to me is different. You more respectful to me, and then you get comfortable, and now it's like, bitch, what? Like,
bro, what kind of niggas you be speaking? So niggas be like, yo,
no, not
yo,
me,
bitch, suck my
not
dick.
me
Like,
personally.
like,
I'm saying in general, like
y'all watch too much TV. I don't
For
know.
example,
Man. These
hood
niggas don't
guys.
exist.
We live in New York
Hood
City. That
guys.
is the first response.
We don't
Yeah,
watch
everything.
TV. We
It's
hear a lot of
SMD.
stories.
Yeah, y'all hear a lot of stories, but these stories are not true. Women love
Okay, it's not
themselves.
sometimes
I've
you
dealt with it
Black
before.
women dating
Some
in New
women.
York City. I kid you
Dealing
not,
with-
that is the first response to anything that you do not like is SMD. Lose my number. Don't
Black
don't
women-
contact
women
me.
on a
says
man want-
SMD the most?
Women, bro.
Because it's disrespectful.
In New York.
I know if I'm
Yeah,
if a
facts.
guy,
But
I'm
she
a
brought the
I'm a
New York
disrespect
shit.
you.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
playing with me.
yeah.
That's like reversing the N-word. Oh, nigger, for it to be an insult, and then us using it as in a term like, yeah, what's up, my nigga? It's females reversing it. SMD? Nah, SMD.
I don't
Suck
like
my
that
dick.
better.
Nah,
She has a point. She has a point. She has a point.
You don't want to do anything.
She has a
You
point.
don't want to go out. You don't
That
want to
in it,
go.
y'all.
You don't want to play pool. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to go on a picnic. You don't want to go on a bike ride. You don't want to do absolutely anything.
That's not how you communicate. That's not how,
But I
that's
think,
not
wait,
how you-
Unfortunately, New York City communication that goes
what
like
he's
that.
doing in that situation, don't tolerate that form of disrespect.
I think
Exactly.
it's hood. I think it's
Flip,
hood guys.
snip.
I've dealt with a hood guy before, and in the beginning, it's like really nice. Then it turns into, oh, so you really okay? So you gonna show
As
me
soon
that
as you have
boy part.
boundaries,
You gonna
yes.
show me that van.
No.
that-
See,
As soon as you have boundaries and standards, and you have somebody in your life to tell you
don't
something,
have boundaries and standards because you're using language like SMD as a woman. You get what I'm saying? It's a
so
horrible
that means I
thing.
don't have boundaries.
I don't know. When it
No,
comes to
you got-
disrespect, there is
Like, who taught y'all to? Your moms taught y'all to talk like
Are
that?
you crazy?
Whoa.
Nah.
So who's teaching y'all to talk like this?
You grew up like this.
Other women.
I have two sons. I'm not gonna lie. You think their fathers taught them to say SMD when they get upset?
No.
First off, I have a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old, soon to be 13-year-old. You think my 12-year-old heard anybody really SMD besides music and etc. stuff like that say SMD when it's a response to something that they don't like?
Yeah, I don't think it's like a taught thing. I think it's more like a disrespect. Like I'm gonna disrespect you. If you disrespecting me, I'm gonna disrespect you. Now my mother not gonna raise me like, oh yeah, say SMD.
I mean,
I
you can
remember
hear
my
it.
You're gonna
mom's
say
friend
SMD.
hearing me say that across in the street. A guy, I used to be more slimmer than I actually was. And whenever I didn't want to speak to somebody, they used to call me like olive oil. You know. No, you know who that is. That's Popeye's girlfriend.
Yeah, I know
She's
she-
mad skinny. Olive oil.
She
Or
definitely-
you can hula hoop through a Cheerio. All types of skinny ass, dumb ass jokes. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's serious. It used to be SMD. Suck my dick.
Right, now I gotta
That's
be
what
disrespectful
guys
too.
say to you to insult you. So when you're insulting a guy back, that's you from New York City. That's the thing.
Because I know that's
I feel like
gonna
when we
use
talk
that
about-
against you, it's gonna make you even
And
more
the
mad.
in the same scenario he used that earlier, women, you got those bum ass jeans on, or you got the women do the same shit.
I
You
feel
get what I'm
like
saying?
when we talk about like stuff like that, for instance, again, the accountability factor for men has to come into play because it's like you all want to lead and y'all want majority of y'all. I'm not gonna say all of y'all.
Yeah.
But you all have
There
to
you go.
recognize the way you all are leading as well too, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of guys, like she's saying, that uses that as the ultimate form of disrespect.
You
So
shouldn't be
girls or
dealing with
women.
those type of niggas,
No, I'm
point
not
blank,
saying. I'm
period.
no. I haven't. But I'm saying this is
How
what I'm
many
saying.
guys do you think are really nice overall?
Yo,
And disrespectful
stop.
ones?
No,
No,
you're
wait, I'm
you're
not- y'all-
speaking from a very hurt place, and you're projecting onto all men. We're not
Yo,
like
Wait,
that.
no,
So-
we're not projecting.
Wait,
We're
time out.
speaking
You
on
talking
our
about how many men-
experiences.
how many
We're
good men are there? There's
speaking
plenty of
on
good
our
men.
experiences. We're not
That's
projecting.
trauma.
We're
That's
just
trauma.
saying what has happened when we have opened up. These are the type
I
of
don't
things
think-
that
okay,
happen when
wait,
we
type
have
of
opened
man,
up.
I don't think you
like-
should
Not
say.
all the time, but
I don't
All
think
of
you
her
should say.
experiences
No,
on
I'm
this show
saying
have
I don't
been
think you
negative
should
towards
say.
men. Like, what are
it
you talking about?
hasn't been.
I'm
It
saying I don't
hasn't.
think you should say we should
has.
stop dealing with those guys because these are not the guys that we want to deal with. The
You said
guys that
you-
we have dealt with, yes, we have run. Not every guy is like this, but certain guys that I have dealt with is like this.
I'm not.
I've dealt with very nice guys. I've dealt with white men. I've dealt with very
That's-
nice, intelligent black
Ooh,
men, and I didn't have to go through it.
So why, when you connect a good guy, you have to and look, this is not me hating, but the first thing you mentioned, I dealt with good guys, white men. You get what I'm saying?
No, and then I said intelligent black men. And that was just the you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, all right, let me rephrase it. Okay, wait, let me rephrase it.
From the beginning, like, y'all feel more comfortable with these other groups of men, and it's very disappointing.
Who said we felt
Okay,
more
so
comfortable?
wait.
Who
You know
said
what I
we
was
felt
gonna say to
more
you?
comfortable?
No,
with
you know what I
the
wanted to
race of
say
men?
to you?
She did not say that. That's not what she said.
I wanted to
Yes,
say-
one mic,
That's
one mic.
not what she
Hold on,
said.
one mic.
Wait, you
Okay,
said
wait.
that
One
it's
mic,
very
one mic.
you are very disappointed with black women choosing white men. What about women being very disappointed with black men choosing Spanish
say that.
women?
No, listen.
No,
you got it wrong because I
Spanish
didn't say
women,
that. I didn't say that.
choosing white
didn't say that.
women.
No, I didn't say that.
choosing-
I
You
didn't-
did. You
No,
said.
I said
That's not what he said.
no.
All right, what you said? All right, wait.
Y'all love y'all the Hispanic women.
I said I'm disappointed that
baby.
women feel
Y'all be
more
thinking
comfortable
them
with
rice
other
and
groups of
beans
men
coming to
rather
the
than
table?
us.
Okay, so what
That's
about
so
women?
free throw to the table is crazy.
Yo, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill out. 'Cause
Women-
you just talking. He trying to say something. You
I'm
just,
sorry. My
You
apologies.
just chill out. Just chill out. That's all.
What about women being very disappointed in? Well, all right. What about me being very disappointed in black men choosing other races, such as Spanish, white,
Listen,
And
Arabic,
look,
whatever?
and you have a right to feel that way, right? But when you guys also say that y'all have the presence of a resting bitch face and expecting that man to kiss your ass to get to know you, it's a problem for me.
So what
So
about
look,
Spanish
hold on.
women?
a sexy things that we find sexy because my resting bitch face is sexy. That's
It's
how I
not.
feel.
It's
a
not.
sexy
It's
head.
disgusting.
Okay, so what about
That's
a
what you
Spanish?
think. That's your ego.
That's what
No,
most
it's not.
men think.
All right, wait.
To me,
No man thinks
it's
that's
me
sexy.
feeling
All right, so
like,
that's
nah,
you.
I wanna,
You're
I
not
wanna
a
feel
man.
sexy. I don't want to feel like like
Nobody
Alright.
want to deal
Okay,
with
so
us.
Wait, hold on.
I'm supposed to smile from
Hold on.
ear to ear.
Hold on.
I'm thinking it's
So-
sexy
so-
in my
all right.
head.
I hear what you're saying, right?
Sexy.
But then look at what you're attracting.
Hey, y'all.
Okay.
I attract all different kinds of
No,
people.
you don't.
No,
you
not
I
with the
will.
resting bitch face.
No,
you
you
I
don't.
do.
Wait, so
I
what
kid you
about-
not, I do.
So what about?
I kid you not, I
Wait,
do.
from what you've been telling me since you've been here, the type of people that you're attracting is the same group of people.
How?
Same personality, controlling.
No, it wasn't. I didn't tell you that was everybody that I've dated. Those were the problems that I seen
Mhm.
in those like certain type of people.
Mhm.
That was it. That was all. I didn't say that everybody that I was getting to know was controlling, was this, was that. No, those were the
Yeah.
things that I looked
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
was a red flag. I did not say that.
Okay, so
Did
what
I?
about?
You
What about?
generalizing a lot of men.
Wait, so what
Okay.
about? Okay, you say you don't like the resting bitch face. So
Yeah.
you want a woman that's very friendly. I'm smiling at every dude face I
No,
see.
Yeah,
no,
so
no,
I gotta
no.
show
Look,
all 32
y'all-
of my teeth.
and that's what I'm saying. Go to the stream. I'm just saying, you can be more approachable. If I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to disrespect you.
Approachable.
You
how?
get it?
Why?
Look, why?
We
Look, you just proving my
No,
point.
no, I'm saying
hold on.
approachable how?
You talked about the brotherhood.
Hey.
No, hold on. You talked about the brotherhood, and now when it's time to hold your sister accountable, you laugh and you ain't
Because
holding her
I'm not gonna lie,
accountable.
I do have a very
Oh my
mean
God.
face, and I get that. Like I get it. Like sometimes I look at myself like, "Ooh, girl, like
Yeah.
you don't even gotta look like
Time
that."
out.
She
Time
said,
out,
"Ooh,
time
girl."
out. She's asking how. Just let her know how.
No, she didn't say how. She said why.
She said how
She
and
said
then why.
No, she said why.
Why do I always
Because-
have to be smiling from ear to ear?
Nobody said
No,
That is
not-
that
not
is.
all-
If you
why I
want
said
somebody
why.
to approach you,
Not
He
always,
assumed
but-
why I was saying why.
Okay, two things. The first one is, can I finish my SMD statement? Because that kind of went left before I even finished. Only because
Mhm.
what I was talking about was guys leading, right? So
Right.
the society, let's just say black people is a tribe, the men are the leaders.
Mm.
So what she was saying was that, and I'm not speaking from a place of experience with nobody telling me SMD or X, Y, and Z. I'm just speaking from me knowing the New York culture moving here, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if the women are learning from men that's the ultimate disrespect, when they want to go to a place of ultimate disrespect, they're using what they've learned, right? So because women weren't born with these,
Right.
so they didn't originate that. You get what I'm saying? That was something that was learned. So when I was talking about the accountability factor, before you just attack a woman for doing that as well. Granted, I'm not saying that it's ladylike. I didn't grow up doing that, using that or whatever. But I'm just saying that when you hear your little brother or your nephews them saying that as a form of disrespect, it's not like, yo, chill, you say something else. You get what I'm saying? Or just like that accountability factor is what I was going back to.
I agree with you 100%. At the end of the day, that shit work both ways.
Well, men hold each other accountable, because if you tell somebody to suck your dick, you got to be ready to fight. That's accountability in that sense. Like, when women saying that shit, they're not ready to fight. They just saying that because they think they about to disrespect and walk away. Like, you just want to hurt the ego. Like, but I don't think that's right. But we in being in the sense of being a leader. I don't know if you watch the show, but we tell men all the time, like, if you're trying to holler at a girl and she's not interested in you, tell her have a nice day and keep it pushing. Like, we're not promoting disrespecting women just because she ain't want to talk to you. Like, you don't know what she's going through. Let her have a good day, and you might see her again, you might not. It is what it is.
I think women, and y'all not gonna want to hear, women not gonna want to hear this, but I think women often complain about men are not leading. I think there's plenty of leaders out there, especially black men. I don't think y'all know how to attract those men.
I wasn't saying that men aren't leading. I was just speaking to
why do you think we don't know how to attract those men?
Y'all don't, because there's plenty of... Because y'all, look how y'all talk to men.
Are
those
you
ain't the type of leaders.
No.
Like,
See, you got it twisted. I'm not saying I talk to every guy
you shouldn't be talking to no man like that.
No.
Especially nobody, you're not even putting yourself in a situation.
Is supposed to, so I'm supposed to take that disrespect.
I'm not saying you're supposed to do...
Yeah, if he said that to you, you take that disrespect.
I'm not matching no woman's energy. I'm not telling no woman.
No, I'm asking you. Am I supposed to take that disrespect?
I don't conduct myself in that way to even be around women where I gotta speak like that.
And I don't conduct myself into every, like, me telling every guy, like...
What's the situation you're referring to when somebody telling you suck their dick?
I never had a guy tell me SMD.
So
I'm not gonna lie. No, but I'm saying in general, like, I'm saying in general.
Of other women, they don't have these experiences.
So what's the situation then? What is the situation?
Well, you had experience where you said it to, you said, because you just said, I don't say it to every guy, but you have never had the experience where a man told you that.
Okay, a guy never told me SMD, but a guy has called me a bitch before. Who you took, like... You know what I'm saying? Why?
That's moving the goalposts, because you leaving the part where you're holding yourself accountable, where you said you told multiple men SMD, but a man never told that to you. But this is your whole...
But they never told me SMD, but they have said disrespectful things to me that I felt like I had to get disrespectful to, and that's what I said. You know what I'm saying? You want to say, it's plenty of disrespectful things that you can say. SMD is not the only disrespectful word. You know what I'm saying? A guy calling me a bitch is like, whoa, like, what?
So suck my dick.
You fucking hoe. Whoa, what? Okay. Who you... Yeah. SMD, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to every guy, but if you get disrespectful with me, the same way you have your disrespectful words is the same way I have my disrespectful words. So I'm not gonna say that to every guy.
Look, that experience is valid, and I'm not taking that away from you. Saying? But if you are meeting, those are not the quality of men that you should even be dealing with. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying in general, those are not quality men. And those
that women don't say me, because you know what I'm saying. Like, that's not the only men that I deal with.
No, we're not saying that if you ever encounter a man like that, not saying that's what you're looking for, but even if a man presents himself as a gentleman and then he flips this card where he's calling you out your name or disrespect, he's not worth your time.
Yeah, for sure. Point. And then it's over after that. Like, I'm gonna get disrespectful with you, and then you're blocked.
But then showing the maturity is not matching their energy too, because you might put yourself in a more dangerous situation matching that energy. You know what I mean?
That's what I was just about to say.
Okay, maturity. So what about being humble? Being humble.
Same thing.
But that's what I was.
So you don't feel like sometimes you have to like show people like, nah, let me.
But you gotta be ready for what comes with that.
It's nothing better than showing them by leaving them.
Yeah,
that's the biggest flex.
Yes. It's easy to say.
No, it's easy to do.
You ever get a long ass text? And you ever write a long ass text and don't get no response?
Nah, I write K. I write K.
Or K. You know how much that hurt more than suck my dick? Oh, this thing ain't even on these.
Oh, you mad? You mad?
Yo, sometimes you just gotta
as well.
Huh?
Yeah, because I'm 23, so I like a lot of people in like my age group is like they're not as mature. So I you know what I'm saying? I can't really say like, well, those maybe you should stop talking to those guys. Cause I'm only 23. Like how
communication skills with a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old is entirely different. There's ways of life as you get older.
But that's why we're trying to give you the tools, and so you could get to that point faster than we did. You feel me?
Yeah, but everybody has to learn. You could tell me, but
Yo, they say the wisest people learn from the mistakes of others. So I'm just putting the information out there. Whoever's going to take it, going to take it.
Quotables today, like,
I mean, I try to.
Shout out to you.
Try.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's also how you represent yourself. If a man feel like, and I'm not saying he is right, like how we were saying, I'm not saying he's right, but if you represent yourself and allow him to do so, he might do it. If you know you cool with him, kikiing and calling you this and telling you that, because a lot of, yo, bro, and you calling your man bro, and he calling you bro, and y'all saying SMDs as jokes, and yo, you my bitch, you my nigga. What the fuck you think that's gonna lead to in an argument?
Yeah, you're getting, that's signs of you getting
but
comfortable.
y'all, a lot of, you know.
That we getting comfortable.
I'm saying a lot of people in their younger 20s are literally doing that. You know, cursing, SMD, bitch this, hoe that, slut this, it's my slut. She like, yes, I'm his slut.
What?
They be,
That's
what are you?
crazy.
Do you not know who Suki with the good coochie is? What are you talking about?
She's in her 20s.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm just using an example.
Yeah, because you
know,
were saying.
but
she a role model to these women in
Yeah.
their 20s. Like,
What
you know I'm saying?
women?
Like,
Some women.
now don't act like she not a role model.
to a lot.
Y'all,
I
women
said
out here
some.
I
sexy.
feel like,
Hold
okay,
on.
pause,
I said
time
some.
out,
I
time
like
out,
the
time out,
confidence. I
time
like
out.
the confidence
She like
that
the
they
confidence.
bring to a certain extent.
To a certain
Because
extent.
You have
Stop, because you look at him.
Nigga, I
You're
like
Time out.
drag me
Time out.
right
No,
now.
Women should
you're
be
fueling him.
disgusted
You're
with her.
fueling him
Yeah,
right
Women
now.
should
the
not,
whole shit.
women should not
that's
like
kinda
one thing
OD.
about her. You should say, I like her confidence, I like her don't like shit about her. She's making y'all look horrible as black women.
Sukihana,
Y'all
first
should like
off,
nothing
pull up on the show.
about her. She is
First
disgusting.
off,
She's
what
dirty,
she had in
filthy.
life and
She
what
need
she
to-
do.
Oh my
Never hear her
God.
say that.
There's
Hell
no
yeah.
such thing as bad press. First of all, we're not even about to get into
It
celebrity
is
business.
bad press. It's
We're
bad
not
press
even
on
about to
black
sit there and
women.
act
So what
like
about
we in the
Dirk?
same bracket
Huh?
with them.
What about Dirk?
What about Dirk? What are you
Because
talking
Dirk
about?
got a
Future.
whole song about him
Late-
talking about his baby mother, no standards.
Lately, he
And
been on
also
some positive
Future
shit.
as well.
He
Yeah,
up there
yeah.
talking real nasty about her. Why is you looking up Dirk and he up here talking about a female like that?
Because lately, he been on some
Well, I
positive
don't know what
shit.
song you're
Yeah,
referring
yeah.
to.
No standards.
I haven't heard it. I'm
You
sorry.
gotta listen to it.
All right,
You
but,
have to listen to it.
look. The difference between Suki in her music and her actions, she's out here laying on floors, sucking and fucking everything, walking.
And Dirk is
posting,
out here cheating on his fiance.
and he shouldn't be doing that because
Okay.
black men shouldn't cheat on their woman.
Yeah,
Thank you,
black
Right?
men
And-
don't
and-
cheat.
and I'm
Don't
saying
cheat.
that.
Wait, come
Black
on.
men
You see how
don't
you see how
cheat.
you just held Dirk accountable? Y'all still not up here.
I said I'm not for the whole shit. Like I'm
haven't
not.
gotten
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said, I like her power. I like her confidence. I like her confidence.
You thought I said that. That's not what I said.
Ah!
You thought I said that's not what I said.
What you said?
Run the tape back.
What you said?
That's not what I said.
So what you said?
Her confidence to a certain extent, she's creating a
Bring the
certain
mic
type
closer.
of conversation. No. She's creating a certain type of conversation.
What,
So
how
you
to be a
have
whore?
some whore?
Yes. How to be a whore. That's the only
Because she's
conversation
cool
you
with
got.
her sexuality. What
No,
gives-
that's not sexuality. That's whore. Prostitution.
Okay, time out.
That's what that is.
You seen Suki selling pussy
Yeah.
on
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had a music video where she was
Yes.
popping
I
pussy.
ain't seen it.
I seen her
I ain't
sucking and
gonna lie,
fucking.
I ain't
Yes.
see it. I ain't see it. I
Oh,
ain't
okay.
see it.
Well, you
So I
defending
can't
a
relate.
woman that, and then she's promoting in
I'm
different
not
ways.
defending her.
Subscribe
you
to
brought her
OnlyFans.
up in
Love the
a
energy.
topic of a conversation, and I'm just saying for what
Subscribe to
I've
my
seen for
YouTube
my
channel.
own self.
It's sad that I feel
That's like
more of
calling
a way
somebody a hoe. I don't feel like there's no such
on the
thing as a
reflection
hoe.
she have over my woman than our woman. That's
She said she don't feel like there's no such thing as a hoe.
You have a prostitute, and then you have females who like what they like.
So you don't think
You
That's a
got
hoe.
prostitution,
Oh my
and
gosh.
you have
You-
women who like what
I'm
they
gonna
like.
keep it real. If
And
you
men
giving that
who
pussy
will
up, you a
take
hoe.
his
So
mic.
what about if you giving that dick up?
You a hoe.
Period.
Hey.
The problem is, y'all, I can be real and hold myself accountable. If I'm giving out dick, I'm still a hoe. If you giving up pussy, you still a hoe. I'm not gonna make it. Oh,
But it's a difference.
You respect it. You know what you like to do with
Okay,
your body.
guys.
But it's a
No, you
difference.
giving it up.
Guys can be like, yeah, I'm a hoe. And people be like, yeah, he get pussy.
And you
yeah,
still gonna
he
fuck
get
him.
pussy.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But if a
Like,
female be like, yeah, I'm a hoe, you gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
No.
the problem
No.
is, the problem
No.
is,
But you
if I
understand,
said-
you understand that's holding them accountable. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they not out in the open doing it.
Okay, this is where I stand on this conversation. I feel like
You represent the sisterhood.
no, chill,
No.
calm down, calm down.
said no.
Calm down. I feel like that takes all different kinds of people to make up this world. So if there are people,
So you say we need hoes?
No, listen. I'm not
She
saying.
gonna justify the bullshit.
Y'all listen,
I hear you setting it up. I hear you setting it up.
I'm gonna let her. Go ahead.
What I'm saying
You don't hold
is,
these motherfuckers accountable.
please. What I'm saying is, right? It takes all different kinds of people to make up this world. And I feel like there's representation a lot of times in the media of these different types of people.
True.
I'm not saying that we should all align with one or we should all align with all. But there's somebody that's going to represent that type of people in the limelight, right? So I know my tribe and where I stand and who I feel like is the voice for me right now, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to bash the person that isn't. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that push that girl and other people into the space where they're at now.
Okay, what does that make her? Let's be candid.
It doesn't matter what it makes her. It
doesn't matter.
It does. That's the problem.
But this is what I'm saying. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm saying is that there's people who she represents.
Yeah, black women.
No, wow, that's crazy. Because we can.
She's not a representation.
That's crazy. You
she do represent black women because she is black.
No, she represent a specific type of person.
No,
she is a black woman. But
so
listen,
you think when the world's looking at her,
at the end of the day,
no. Let's be real. She doesn't represent the black woman I want. What I will want, right?
But that's
I understand.
what I'm trying to show
but no.
you.
But when you're a different person. I'm a white person watching this on TV, and I see a woman crawling on the floor, shaking her ass.
Then you flick the channel, and there's a black woman standing next to a president.
No, I'll give you an example. So when they seen on TV for 1,000 years, black men with their pants sagging, what was all black men called?
Thugs.
But can you listen? That's what
you're not answering none of my questions.
Okay, but can you listen though? This is what I'm saying. You're valid 100%. I get exactly what you're saying, but we're saying the same thing. My thing is that it's not the problem in these people. It's the problem in how we're viewing them. That they're just a representation for the whole of the community.
Sisterhood, yeah, but I think it's just
I'm saying even the men that sag. I'm saying let's throw Sukihana out of the equation.
Men said, pick your fucking pants up. That's not what you need to be doing.
No,
you looking stupid. And women need to say, pick your ass up off the floor, cover your fucking coochie, and nobody cares about you
because
spreading.
You was very vocal earlier about men need to hold men accountable.
No, but
hear me out. You was very vocal, and women tend to do this. Men need to hold men accountable and X, Y, and Z. And now when there's always a point where women should hold another woman accountable, now we start justifying that now we're all different individuals.
Can y'all listen? I'm agreeing with what y'all are saying.
You're not. You didn't hold nobody accountable.
Are y'all serious? No, I think no, because I feel like to y'all holding somebody accountable looks like me saying, yeah, she's X, Y, and Z. But what I'm trying to tell you is,
at the end of the day, Suki is representing for black women because she's black. At the end of the day, it don't matter. It's not
one representation for black women.
And on that note, man, we gonna have to get the
hold on. Let me say one last thing, man. But you gotta call it what it is, though. If you look at it from a men's perspective, we got different groups of men, but we know what them different groups is. We gonna call it what it is. If we look at Obama, all right, that's a classy man. We look at Future, that's a fuckboy. But when you look at Beyonce, oh, that's a wife. You look at Sukihana, what is she?
Okay, this is
what is she?
She's Sukihana.
What is she?
This is can y'all listen? No. 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds.
The timer is out. The shot clock violation is up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? If y'all enjoyed the conversation, hit the comment in the motherfucking comments, man. Like, hit the like button, subscribe.
Comment down below.
If y'all not already subscribed. Subscribe.
We heard what you said. Put one in the verse and spirit.
Put one in the chat if you want to hear the rest of what she said.
No, word, for real, because I'm still about to talk my stuff.
First of all, join the membership. That's what we're going to say. Join the membership. You're going to see all the behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes.
You know what I mean? Again, let them know where they can follow you.
Follow my Instagram, my nail page, Butterfly Nails. It's 3 S's. SSS.
Y'all can follow my Instagram at Akiana Edwards Original, AKEYANNAEDWARDSORIGNAL.
That's for real? That was real?
Yeah.
What sign was that?
A heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you thought it was a gang?
Well, I want to let you know that
It is.
It is.
You're going to hear the rest of what she's saying in her stories.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you off camera what that means.
All right. Sorry.
And we got the first one to leave the show voluntarily. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, watch the wires, please. Yo.
She ain't had no social anyway.
Oh yeah, you do.
I do have a social handle, but
What's your
like
social
I
security
said,
number?
oh wow, it's Muffy Wong.
I'm like 2, 3,
Everybody
4,
know
5.
me, Muffy Wong, Muffy
See,
Jones.
always a nigga always asking me for my last nigga asked me for my social security.
I'm done with niggas,
I'll fuck with
right?
you again, man. We appreciate y'all. We out.
Got the
man.
merch.
Like,
We out here, man.
Okay.